central Indiana was not hit hard not nearly as hard as what we saw there in the northern part of the state. And you said the big thing today is really watching these temperatures starting to drop and that concern for black ice.
Yes, the refreezing after temperatures briefly got back through the upper 30s, above freezing in many spots overnight. That colder air now moving in. Wanted to quickly do a recap of some of the snowfall reports that we've gotten over the past 24 hours. A lot of these coming in from the National Weather Service office here in Indianapolis, but it was a quick cutoff. As we anticipated, we had this pocket of dry air over the Indianapolis metro, and that really cut down some of these snowfall numbers, but there were still some pretty impressive totals here, especially from Kokomo up to Marion. A report of 7.5 inches there. Logansport, 8 inches of snowfall. And on the campus of Purdue University, 7.8 inches. Now that drastically dropped off as we anticipated as you go from the northwest to the southeast. Fortville reporting around 2 inches of snow with this system, and then around the Indy Metro 1.7 inches. So that played out pretty close to what we were anticipating. Certainly higher snowfall potential to areas north, and then as you went down south, that's where we had much lower totals. In addition to that, we talked a lot about the rain and the melting, the compacting that was likely going to happen overnight as we sat in the warm sector of that weather system moving through. And that certainly was the case. In fact, check out these, what will go in the record books as the high temperature for today. 38 in Indianapolis, 42 in Bloomington. Those were our temperatures overnight. Since then, we have fallen back off. We're now down to 27. These are your current temperatures across Indiana. 28 in Shelbyville, 29 in Muncie. And then you factor in these strong winds that are out there with wind gusts in excess of nearly 40 miles per hour across the northern tier of the state, and it feels significantly colder. Wind chill now down to 11 in Kokomo, 13 in Indy, 14 in Shelbyville. The good news is the wind will likely ease as we go through the next several hours. By about 5 p.m., I think it's still going to be quite breezy with 20+ mile per hour wind gusts. But then on through the evening tonight, the wind will continue to calm, and eventually that will be the case by tomorrow morning as well. So outside right now, got this overcast sky. It's cold, it's breezy, 27. Again, your air temperature feels like 13. Over the next several hours, we're going to see our temperatures holding steady in the 20s. Might recover back to about 27, but that's going to be just about it this afternoon. And you'll notice your wind chill for the rest of your Sunday going to stay in the teens. Now, as we go through the course of the day, there might be a stray, very light snow shower, especially across our far northern tier of the state. This is not going to amount to much more than just perhaps a few flurries flying around, not going to add on to our snowfall accumulation. This might change things a little bit, though. This takes us all the way into Monday. Here we go at 5 p.m. We'll hold steady near the freezing mark tomorrow to get the week underway. And then this is going to be a Monday night into early Tuesday morning type event. There's your high for tomorrow, 33, wind chills in the 20s, but it's late in the evening. So we're talking mainly after that evening rush hour on Monday. Snow becomes slightly more widespread through the overnight as temperatures fall into the 20s. This is 1 o'clock in the morning, early Tuesday. Could get some slightly heavier bands set up during the overnight. I think most of the snow is going to wrap up by that morning rush hour, 7 a.m. on Tuesday. But this could potentially bring a quick 1 to 2 inches of snowfall and some slick travel for your Tuesday morning commute. So I want you to be prepared for that. We're back up to 34 Wednesday in advance of another cold front coming in Wednesday night into Thursday. Once again, going to drop those temps into the 20s Thursday for highs.